Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about a document that I just got off the White House website, which by the way, Rob, thanks for bringing this to my attention. And reading through this article, looking at some of the acts and the grants that they're going to give, it makes me tend to believe that we're headed toward definitely 100%, you're going to own nothing and be happy. Going to have 15-minute cities because guess what? They're talking about taking empty commercial real estate property, which we've been talking about. They're vacant, interest rates are going up, loans are coming due, and they're trying to figure out something to do with them. And it's going to help the climate. So you guys, let's get into this because I'm going to give you some stats, and this is interesting. All right, before we begin, you guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Financial Prepper. Chris and Stacy. I'm Stacy. Chris is in there on the plasma table right now, and I cannot wait to show you some of the designs that he has been cutting out. It's really cool. All right, but let's get into this. This article will be in the description. It's also already on our Twitter page, which if you do not follow us, go to our description and follow us. It says commercial to residential conversion. They're going to address office vacancies. And I'm going to give you some stats. This is right off the White House website. This isn't me spouting my opinion. Quote, more than 1/3 of households report working from home more frequently than they did before the woohoo bat flu. You guys, we've all seen this. They're struggling to get people to go back into the office. They said workers are generally going to the office 3.5 days a week. And it's a 30% reduction from previously. And some of the companies have even started mandating that they have to come back. They're only allowing them like 1 day to work from home. This has become an issue, and it's affecting the commercial real estate. Said this is, quote, these changes are, quote, squeezing the commercial real estate market. So again, this is off the White House website. Commercial real estate investment volumes fell by 64% year over year in the second quarter of 2023. That's a heck of a fall, in my opinion. At the same time, office vacancies have reached a 30-year high of 18.2%. And you guys, we've talked about this before because I've talked to lenders where the lenders have literally, they were just commercial. Now, because things are slow, they're actually doing residential and commercial. I talked to a guy just the other day. We did a video the other day about your insurance. Guy had been working for 23 years and got laid off. That office is closed. Another commercial real estate property that's going to be sitting there empty and vacant. And you guys, we talk about trickle-down effects. Think about this for a little bit. Whenever you go to the office, what do? You tend to go to restaurants that are around that office, dry cleaners, possibly salons, and it talks about some of this. You go shopping. It's affecting even the businesses around these commercial industries. And that's why I think that this possibly could be leading toward 15-minute cities. You guys think about it. It's just sitting there waiting, and they're all going to do it in the name. It's going to be good for the climate. We'll get into some stats. There's a chart, you guys. I would like for you to look and see. You can see the different cities of where it's super high in some of them, like Washington, D.C., Chicago, Phoenix, San Francisco, Houston. A lot of these are even higher with empty sitting commercial real estate properties. At the end of 2020, the market was short, some of the housing market. We all know that. Everybody was trying to find places to rent. Rental properties were even up. That's why we sold ours. And it's been a shortage. So they're saying, hey, we could possibly fix this. Now, it sounds really good but they're also going to give these grants, these loans. I want to talk about that in just a minute because is that going to actually control you? Who are going to get the grants and loans? Who is actually going to own these, quote, commercial conversion into residential properties? That's where I think it's going to get interesting. Said, oh, these conversions also present an opportunity to, quote, combat climate change because buildings actually account for 29% of all U.S. greenhouse gas emissions. So they said, if we take these structures that are already existing, and they agreed, they said there's some obstacles because you're going to have to revamp a lot of them because they're older, make them where they are more livable. But they said it could reduce the carbon emissions by 50 to 75% versus if you did new construction. Now, you guys, I don't know if you're seeing it in your area. I literally drive by and I see empty commercial buildings. However, right down the road, I see a brand new project coming up. It makes absolutely no sense. No sense. But that's what I'm seeing. And they quote, a new federal guidebook is going to show how federal tools are being used to make these conversions possible for the development of affordable housing. 15-minute cities, perhaps. Perhaps you'll own nothing and be happy. It's kind of what it sounds like to me. And also they have their tools in their toolbox. I think they're quoting Jerome Powell there. So who actually is going to be giving these grants and loans? And this is some of the things that I thought was a little interesting, because it's just like that SBA program. It sounds good, but if you don't read the fine print, you can be out tens of thousands of dollars and not even know it. You literally, if you do not read the fine print, some of that stuff you will never pay off. Just like these rent-to-own programs. Several existing federal programs already support this idea, and the Biden-Harris administration, they aim to further facilitate this. Through one of them is the Housing Supply and Action Plan, and that was actually passed last year. I want to say it was around the summertime. I don't know that much about it. I have not actually read the document. I scanned through it just a little bit, because some of that stuff is like way too much to read. That's all I could do all day long, is just read. The other one is the Community Development Block Grant, which is going to provide about $3 billion. Who's going to get this? Is it going to be BlackRock, Blackstone, Gates, World Economic Forum, China? Who are actually going to get these grants and loans? The other one is HUD has recently announced also they're going to do grant funds. It's another one. Now this was one, Department of Transportation, DOT. They're going to unlock $35 billion in available lending capacity for these projects. Department of Transportation? Heck, you need to fix your roads before you give away that loan. That one surprised me. They didn't name what it was going to be called. It just said, quote, they're going to unlock $35 billion. They said they're going to use a broad set of federal tools that can be used. This includes the historic tax credit, which has supported more than 47,000 properties and 150,000 low moderate income. You guys, this all looks really sweet on paper. When you look at it, you're like, oh my goodness, you're going to help us. Commercial buildings are in trouble. There's always a fine print. And there's always somebody pulling the strings on the back of this that's going to make money, and they're going to control the housing. That's what I think. You guys think about it. You got someone in Congress, you got someone in the White House that can give this funds to you, and you control it. Why wouldn't you do it? Especially if you're like Blackstone, BlackRock, World Economic Forum, Bill Gates, all these other different things. So, curious to know what you guys think. Thanks again, Rob, for turning me on to this. By the way, this has got a different scenery. How you guys like my wood? I've been stacking that up, and we just had a cold spell move in this morning, and I'm so excited because hopefully I'm going to get to have a fire soon. I stack it because I like to burn it, so I don't ask Chris to stack it because they call me a little fire bug because I like to have fires. But anyway, I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome day, and I will see you in the next one.